Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back. This is another tutorial. What we've got is the newest style Motorbar unit from Dyson. We've got it completely disassembled. I know I didn't put we've got it disassembled. I'm going to put up a video for disassembly on another video. So what we've got is we've got all the pieces here. It's a little bit of a cluster, but it's all going to start making sense here. So we got these pieces, we got that, we got two of these red pieces here, cap, roller, bottom housing, top of the housing, and then of course we got our motor. Okay, let's start with, let's make it easy. Well, this is pretty easy enough. You're going to take the cap on the bearing side and go ahead and push it in, and it's ready to go. Now, we've got before I keep moving forward here, I'll show you here, we're going to need two things. We're going to need a Torx bit and a Phillips bit. Now the Torx bit is a T8 and the Phillips is a number 2. So we got this done. We put the cap on, and now we move all this to the side. This unit was just cleaned and dried up, so we're ready to go. What to do? Now let's get the motor in. Well, actually, before we do the motor, let's get these pieces in. You got this piece that goes on the front end, which adjusts these pieces here on this system. So what you want to do is you've got two pegs and you've got this step system here which allows it to kind of go up and down. What you want to do is take the clip. You can see it's got like a C groove here. You want to slide it up and behind, and we've got one done. Right. Second one, you want to go ahead and clip it. And we got the second one done as well. Okay. Now put that to the side. Oh, popped out. Okay, just like that for now. Put this to the side. The roller's done. Now let's get the motor in. Got that rubber housing there. Okay. There's also a rubber piece here, a stopper for the wires from not getting pulled for the motor. And that just slides in just like so. See there? And you got a couple channels there for your wire. And then for orientation, you're going to see a little notch there. And that's for this rubber piece here. We're going to move this over here. And this just kind of sits in there. We're going to take this rubber and slide it in. And that just kind of floats. Okay. Well, that's all it is. It just sits like that. You know, it floats. There's no clip system like the old Motorbar system. We're going to go ahead and just kind of gently put it over to its side. You can see this here wants to create an opening here. What we're going to do is we're going to close that off by number 1. Let's put this into the channel right here. That goes in, you can see. And then we're going to go ahead and take this, and now I don't know if you can see my finger, but I'm going to push this up like this and kind of center it with my finger, and then work this housing down. And there's a groove in here that'll grab the motor. So now you can see secure. Right? Okay. Now, what we want to do is turn this over and have a look. Everything is okay. Now, you've got these two tabs here. And this piece is to go on these two notches here. But that also means you got to center this for these here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead easy peasy. Now I'm going to hold this like this and just see what's going on with it. Okay, works. Okay. Now we'll start to secure a few screws. These are going to take T8s here in the front, the 4. So we're going to go ahead and grab some T8s. Okay, the front is secured. Got this here. See now. Okay. Now we're going to turn it over. We got this wire coming up and over, and just turn it over like this because there's 2 little pegs here for the notches in the rubber. And then we're going to go ahead, turn it over, and push it down just like that. Then there's 2 wire grooves here. Push that down. Now we're going to take this cover, okay, and we're going to put it down like so. Now you're going to, when I put it here, I'm going to turn this over and you'll see it's going to want to, it has to sit inside this groove here. So it comes out like this. So if you can go like that, you see that? And then we turn it over. Just like that. Just like that. Turn it over. Now there's going to be a hole here, but you got to make sure that this sits on this collar. You can see there's a collar here. This has to come down. And it's going to be one of the small torque screws. See the difference in size? It's going to be that little guy right there. We're going to put that in. Okay, collar's covered. While we're at it, we can go ahead and work our way down this way. These are going to take the longer, slightly longer Torx bit screws, or the Torx screws. Put one in here, so one here. And then One here. And then, now there's one that goes right in here. I don't know if it's going to focus, but right in there. Let's see if I can get it on the camera. Right there. Okay, that's another torque screw. And that's the tiny guy again. There's only 2 of those on these units. That on. Oh, wrong one. This one here. Now don't get confused, because sometimes you'll grab the ones that are Phillips screws, but the Phillips screws go in the back of the unit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. That's done. Why don't we go ahead and sleeve this in, the roller. Okay, that's done. Now, we have this left here, these 2 pieces. We're going to go ahead. Now, you're going to have a left and a right piece, and you're going to see 2 tabs. Tabs go in here. And the way they're designed is, if you look here, it's arched for the housing, and then you've got a area to sleeve it through. You have that there, which then goes, this is going to be opposite here. So it's going to be here, as so. So you can see it's kind of locked itself in because there's a channel for it. And you can see the flow, because when it sits and it's installed, it completes the arch. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, that's done. Now you're going to look here. It's got a little bit of a recess here. Easy enough. This just sits like that for now, and you're going to want to secure it. So let's swap out our bits here. Put in our Phillips bit. Okay. And then we'll take the seal while it's sitting in the groove. You're just going to take the seal and pull back on it. Okay, and then you'll see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 holes right there. Okay. And don't forget that there's still two more right there that you got to secure. So what we're going to do, actually we'll do it after. So now that we've got this housing already in, we're going to go ahead, put a screw on there on the end. It's nice when you have a magnetic screw tip. Oop. Spoke too soon. But yes, it's still nice to have a magnetic tip. Again, easy enough. Just going to slip that on, as so. Pull back, turn it over. Come down here. Okay. That one's secure. Do the next one. Okay, move over to this one. That's secure. Okay. At this point, you don't have to worry. This is all just gonna sit like that. So if you need both your hands, you can use both your hands. Okay, we'll go ahead here. It's done. Now there's two torch bits that need to go in here. So let's swap out our screwdriver again for a bit. Torques. Okay. And 1, 2. Pull this back here, and it goes straight down. That's done. That's done. Okay, now what we want to do is, remember I was talking about that notch that's right there, clip, and you kind of pull on this a little bit, not much. You don't horse it, you don't want to rip it. You just kind of want to slide it in, and then push down, and it'll lock in place. And then we just take a, oh, we gotta swap out, switch out our bits here again. Okay, put one in here. That one's done. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Just kind of gently pull it a little bit. Up, up, and over. And it'll just kind of naturally want to seat itself inside that tab. And then we just need the screw here. Okay. Now, the last bit we have left is here. Got a screw here, and it's got that unthreaded part of the shaft, which allows us to pivot. Okay. And it's a T8 again. T8. That goes in. Okay. Make sure it's moving. There's no play. Now we're going to go to the wheels. Now this wheel in particular, you can see, like this side, it's got that peg there. Whereas this side doesn't, it's broken off. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to line up this broken piece, and naturally it'll want to seat itself. It's not the best thing to do right now, but just to keep going for the time being, you can. Okay, and we're going to go ahead until you can get a replacement part for it. Well, there you go. It doesn't want to grab. So what would we do in this instance? This will go on no problem. But we need that screw to kind of grab onto something. So what do we do? Okay, let's see. maybe what we can do is push that out. Okay. May have a longer screw here, so what we can do, if you have any longer screws from Dyson parts that you're repairing, might help. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to, I'm going to try to jimmy rig this thing for now. Got a little bit of a broken piece here that should seat right in there. And then, let's see if this works. We'll go ahead and no, that didn't work. Let's give this another shot here. Okay, so it seems like it seated itself from that broken piece throughout the cap. So good. Again, this is just for a temporary solution until you can get some replacement parts. Okay, so what I did was I took out the broken piece, put the cap back on. You can give it a little bit of a loosening. Okay. Still good. So yeah, although this piece was broken off for the wheel section, so this one free spins, but honestly, it's not that bad. You'll end up, you can see it spinning here and here. It's more for support, really. There you have it. Well, thanks for having a look. Feel free to drop a like or a comment or a share. These are common problems that we're going to go through as individuals, trying to figure out what the best solution is. You know, there's a broken piece of the wheel. It's probably going to happen to you, maybe, hopefully not. But if it does, at least we found out that we can take this piece off and screw just that piece in without this, and it'll still work. Which means you can save yourself a few bucks, so you don't have to worry about buying a new motor head or trying to source a part and replacing it all. It'll work, and just use it for as long as you can, and then figure out what you're going to do next. But in the meantime, try to save some money. All right, well, thank you for joining me once again, and have yourself a wonderful day.